So Jesus is dealing with us the same way he dealt with Judas and with Peter and the other cranberries who abandoned him. He wants us to see his presence as one that heals and forgives. I don't know why we've lost track of the fact that communion is still the primary way of experiencing forgiveness of sins. Now, granted, I know that the church says, well, those are only venial sins. Mortal sins you have to deal with in confession. I'm not going to argue with that, but even in certain cases, I will say to people, please share in communion today and make sure you do get yourself to confession when it's convenient, because people are hungry and they need that nourishment and need that assurance that despite whatever mortal sin they may have committed or think they have committed, they need that source of nourishment and mercy and compassion. And one of the reasons I say they think they have committed is, in my humble mind, it's relatively difficult to commit a mortal sin these days. We have to know, first of all, and this is far afield from this gospel, but hey, we first of all have to know that X number of people would say, yes, that is seriously, morally objectionable. Like taking the life of someone for no other reason than that we think they ought to be going to heaven, or some silly reason. Or we give drugs to a 10-year-old and say, these are great, good for you, and we know that, anyway. So we know it's seriously, morally offensive. Secondly, we have to know why it is seriously, morally offensive. Because we can't say, it says so in the book. The book also says our conscience is our supreme determiner of what is right and what is wrong. In other words, we are called to take responsibility for our choices, and we have to know whether it's serious and why. And thirdly, we have to consciously choose to say, in effect, I don't want God's presence in my life. I am going to do this, which I know is morally, seriously wrong, sinful. Now, on that basis, if we really took those three criteria seriously, I really don't know that many people who commit mortal sins, but maybe I'm just trying to get myself off the fence. I don't know.